My name is Kathy Seals. I live in Kettering, Ohio, but I grew up just south of here in Springboro, Ohio. I've recently moved back to the U.S. after living in Canada for 20 years. I am an optician at the Dayton VA, and I love working with the veterans every day. It is a bright spot of my day. I've cried with some, been upset with some, and love some very dearly. Like I said, I moved back here from Newmarket, Ontario. I've been back home a few years now. And when I made the decision to come back to this area, I would be excited about being back home. I had people tell me that you can't go home again. And I thought that was the silliest thing I'd ever heard. Of course I can go home. I'd come home off and on for the last 20 years. But what I didn't realize are the things that had changed over the 20 years. Fields that had been once cornfields or just empty land had now been built up into neighborhoods, had been built into businesses. One morning on my way to work, I had to call my daughter because I got lost. I knew the names of the roads, but the area didn't look the same, so I thought I was lost, when actuality I was exactly where I needed to be. So it was really hard to realize that the place I was coming back to after 20 years was no longer home. My parents' home is where I grew up. It's no longer home. They've built it into their home. What I had to learn when I came back to this area was that I was going to have to create my own new home, my own new church, my own new apartment that I live in, place I work, make new friends. While I have great memories of growing up here and this area being home, it was a real eye-opener to see that not only had the area changed, but I had changed over the last 20 years. I was a very wishy-washy Christian when I left the United States 20 years ago. But now that I'm back, my journey with God there, deepened my relationship with Him. And you want to talk about something that will deepen your relationship even more, is to leave everything you know and come back, and the only people you know is your mom, dad, your daughter, and your brother and his family. It has really helped me to trust God to provide my needs, to be my best friend, and I look forward to learning to communicate with you all better throughout this next 2 months.